TalkFCB and welcome back here to the channel, guys. Like I said yesterday, the day in the life of a Barcelona fan, it is never, ever boring. And today, we've got some massive news. And I mean colossal news. I mean news here that never happens. This never happens, but it's happened right now. Lionel Messi has taken a big shot at not just Eric Abidal, but the entire Barcelona board. And we're going to be analysing why he's so angry, what he's angry about, and what this could mean looking to the future for both him and Bartomeu. It's all coming up. It's all going on right now in Barcelona. Because if we start with exactly why Messi is so angry over something that was said by Eric Abidal in today's media, we go back here to earlier on today in an exclusive interview with Sport. Eric Abidal sat down, he spoke there about a range of different topics, and Abidal in that interview actually spoke there about Xavi first of all, and he actually said there that Barcelona never made an offer for Xavi for the managerial position there at Barcelona, which in itself there, that was quite strange, because it's basically common knowledge there that we did make an offer for Xavi, so already Abidal not really saying the smartest of things, but then he moved on to something which was even worse. He then went on to talk there about Valverde's sacking, and in particular, that was what angered Lionel Messi, because he said the following. He said it's never easy to take the decision there to sack a coach, but after El Clasico on December the 18th, we started to prepare Ernesto Valverde's exit. He said we watched the games, not the results, we watched how the team played, and especially there, the work of the players who don't play a lot. He said, I'm very focused on these details, and this was the part here that in particular angered Messi. He said many players weren't satisfied and didn't work hard enough, and there was a big communication problem within the club. The relationship between the coach and the dressing room has always been good, but there's things as an ex-player that I could smell, and I told the club what I thought. We then reached the decision. Now, very important thing to note from this, Messi is not angry because of Valverde's sacking. Messi here has not come out here in support of Valverde. That is nothing at all to do with it. What he's angry about there is the fact that Abidal singled out, well and truly there, singled out the players. The players there, basically, he's saying, are responsible for Valverde's sacking. That's the problem. That's what Messi there really did take issue to. And I'm just going to read you exactly what Messi said there as a response to the article on Instagram. Because Messi said, sincerely, I don't like to do these things, but I think that people have to be responsible for their jobs and their own decisions. The players are responsible for what happens on the pitch, and we are the first to admit when we haven't been good. Which, to be fair, the players have done in the past. Messi then said, the heads of the sports department have to take their own responsibilities and, above all, own the decisions that they make. Finally, I think that when you talk about the players, you've got to give names, because if you don't give names, it makes every single player look bad, and it actually gives ear to things that are said which are simply not true. So Messi there, very angry that Abidal has singled out the players, that they've not been responsible for their own actions, and that they're basically blaming the players for the club's failures. And he's also unhappy there about the general way of speaking from Eric Abidal when he's referring there to the team. It could be anyone. It could be anybody. And like Messi said there, it makes them all look bad. Clearly there, not every player wouldn't have been working hard enough, but that's the way it seems from Abidal's words. And I just think there, this is not just about one interview. What we've seen from Messi today is something, like I say, that we very rarely see. Messi doesn't do this. He's not that kind of guy. He's not somebody who has an ego. He's not arrogant. He's not somebody who likes confrontation. He would quite happily there stay out of the news. But quite clearly, this is something I feel that's been building behind the scenes now for quite some time. Very quietly, getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And I think this interview here today was that final nail in the coffin. And Messi's just thought, you know what, I can't take any more of this, I've got to say something now. And like I say, he's not defending Valverde, he's not defending the board, he's not doing anything like that. All he's doing there is standing up as the captain and defending his players. He doesn't feel as though they should be solely blamed. Like he said, when they go out on the pitch and they don't perform, they will take responsibility for that because that's their area. And it's very interesting here because many people say Messi isn't a captain, he's not a leader. But this right here, this is when Messi does stand up for his team, does stand up for his teammates. And I think there, he's absolutely right. Because yeah, we've all said it. The players let us down. They have. They've had bad games. But after those games, they have admitted that. And certainly, they are people who will try to make things better. But at the same time, we've always said, it's not just the players. Just like, to be fair, it wasn't all Valverde. We didn't like Valverde. We are glad that he was sacked. But at the same time, we could all admit it wasn't just him. And again, Valverde there would probably take responsibility for that too. The only people here who are not taking responsibility, the only people here who are not saying, you know what, we've made mistakes, that's the board. And that's the problem right now that Messi has with this entire situation. He believes in the sporting department there, Eric Abidal, Bartomeu as the president, he believes they should be taking that responsibility, taking ownership over their own decisions. And what he means by that, basically, I would have thought is this. In the summer, they had the opportunity to sack Ernesto Valverde. We lost at Anfield, we got hammered in the Champions League, we then lost the Copa del Rey final. After that time, everybody could see it. Every single person could see that was the perfect time to say, you know what? It's time to go now, Ernesto. We are going to sack you, and then we'll bring in somebody else who can have a full pre-season, and we'll start again this season. But no, the board, and only the board there, Bartomeu, made the decision to keep Valverde, to continue there with him as the coach, and the problems there started from then. And that's the problem. You can't then go and blame the players. You can't blame it all on the players when they made that choice, and now they're not taking ownership for that decision. And that's the problem right now, and that's what the real frustration is from Lionel Messi. And it's not just that either, because I'd actually look there even further into this particular story, because you just cast your minds back to yesterday. A big report came out from AS in the Madrid media, which basically spoke of a training confrontation between two heavyweights in the dressing room coming together last Tuesday. Now, we all spoke about that. We said maybe it'll be true, maybe it won't be true. We don't really know what substance is behind this story. But right now, I would say probably that was indeed true. And what I would say about that is, it was reported at the time by AS that one of the frustrations were not only the sacking of Valverde, not only the way that it was handled, but also one of the big frustrations there that led to that coming together, apparently, was the fact the board didn't reinforce the squad in the January transfer window. That apparently right now is a real cause of frustration among the players in the squad. And that's interesting because, again, Messi's there talking about taking ownership. He's talking there about concentrating on your own area. Look what the board have given us for the rest of the season. Dembele's injured now. We've got a massive problem whereby we've hardly got any first team players available. And still in January, we did nothing while letting some very good players go. And again, where's that responsibility? Are they going to hold their hands up? Are they going to admit their mistakes were made? No, they are not. And that is the problem again. And after all this, suddenly then, it's all about the players. No. And at the end of the day, my final point here would be about Messi himself. You look there at Messi as a professional, as a person, and of course, as a player. And you think there that given the fact we've been so light in the forward areas, it's come out today that Messi apparently has pain in his groin. And he's been playing through the pain barrier over the past few weeks simply to be out there on the pitch for Barcelona, given the fact that we've got no one else. And also, I think we can all admit, we all have done in the past, that let's be honest, Messi is somebody who saved the job of Ernesto Valverde. He's covered the mistakes for many years of the current board. Messi has kept everything going with his brilliance. And now, after all of that, after playing through the pain, after covering the mistakes of Ernesto Valverde, after covering the mistakes of the board, it's now coming out, according to reports in Spain, that yeah, we knew it happened anyway, that the board apparently, after Anfield, after Rome, they were the ones who told Messi, you've got to go out to the media, you've got to calm things down, you've got to speak there in support of your coach, you have to make sure that everything now is going to be okay. And after all that he's done, now it just seems as though it's all thrown back into the face of Messi, into the face of the players, and the board here are not taking responsibility. Is it a surprise? No, it isn't. And you know what? I'm so glad that Ernesto Valverde is not here. And it's not for the obvious reason. Yes, of course, we all wanted him to go, but I'm also glad that he's not here because you know what? He can't be used as a scapegoat. The board right now probably will be trying to pin it on him. That's what they're trying to do with the players. They will be pinning it there on Valverde. Now everybody will probably pin this straight on Eric Abidal. But at the end of the day, it's just another person. Abidal is not the full cause of this problem. The problem is the board as an entity. The entire board there, since they arrived at Barcelona, it's been one bad decision, followed by another, followed by poor planning, followed there by a lack of responsibility, a lack of ownership, a lack of leadership there at a massive club that is Barcelona. And right now, what you're seeing is all of that come crashing down thanks to the words of Lionel Messi. He won't take this anymore. He won't accept it. And honestly, guys, right now, the way that things are going, I wouldn't rule out those presidential elections that have been planned for 2021. Could they be brought forward to this summer? Watch this space, and of course, leave all of your thoughts on this incredible episode down below. It is honestly like a big soap drama. It's like a TV drama here at Barcelona, but it's not. This is real life. This is reality. Big things are happening. What will the outcome be? I will see you soon, guys. But until next time, whatever happens, Visca el Barça.
Barça, Barça.